Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's Bendy and the Ink Machine video, we take a look at every single audio log from every chapter of the game. Bendy and the Ink Machine uses audio recordings to tell the bulk of its twisted story, and so these are key to understanding exactly what happened at Joey Drew Studios. In this video, I will explain where to find each of these audio logs and what they contain, as well as playing them in their entirety. So if you missed one or two in the past, or simply would like a complete refresher of the story from each character's perspective, you will hopefully find this video very useful. With that said, let's dive into Bendy Chapter 1 and take a look at our first few audio logs. The first recording Henry comes across can be found when taking the left corridor after activating the ink machine and accessing the previously closed off area here. The recording itself is found on a table between two doorways and is our first encounter with one of the main characters, Wally Franks. In this recording, Wally talks about Joey Drew's erratic behaviour and how he has made an unusual request to the workers of the studio.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey says. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind, but hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here.
Towards the end of the chapter, Henry must escape Demon Bendy and the studio as it begins to flood. Unfortunately, he falls through the floor and into the basement area. After draining the ink in this room, head over to the shelving unit in the far corner and you will find a recording left by a character known as Thomas Connor, a handyman at the studio who seems disgruntled and agitated by Joey's lack of care for worker safety and studio upkeep.
It's dark and it's cold, and it's stuck in behind every single wall. In some places, I swear this godforsaken ink is clear up to my knees. Whoever thought that these crummy pipes could hold up under this kind of strain either knows something about pressure I don't, or he's some kind of idiot. But the real worst part about all this are the noises the system makes, like a dying dog in its last legs. Make no mistake, this place, this machine, and this whole darn thing, it just isn't natural. You can bet I won't be doing any more repair jobs for Mr. Joey Drew.
After chopping down the boards to the ritual room door and heading downstairs into the corner of the connecting room, hug the far right wall and you will find an audio log from Chapter 2's central antagonist, Sammy Lawrence. Sammy seems to have developed his own cult and hopes to gain freedom from his inky prison by offering the ink demon sacrifices through occult rituals.
He appears from the shadows to rain his sweet blessings upon me. The figure of ink that shines in the darkness. I see you, my savior. I pray you hear me. Those old songs, yes, I still sing them. For I know you are coming to save me, and I will be swept into your final loving embrace. But love requires sacrifice. Can I get an amen?
Once the shutter has been raised and Henry steps inside the entrance hall to the music department, you will instantly see Chapter 2's second audio log, in which Sammy once again speaks, though this time as a disgruntled employee who seems sick and tired of dealing with Joey's crazy studio alterations.
So first, Joey installs this ink machine over our heads, then it begins to leak. 3 times last month we couldn't even get out of our department because the ink had flooded the stairwell. Joey's solution? An ink pump to drain it periodically. Now I have this ugly pump switch right in my office. People in and out all day. Thanks, Joey. Just what I needed. More distractions. These stupid cartoon songs don't write themselves, you know?
If we take the right passage in the music department's entrance hall and walk up the stairs, Henry reaches the projectionist booth, and quite fittingly discovers projectionist Norman Polk's first audio log. Norman speaks of witnessing Sammy Lawrence behaving unusually.
Every day the same strange thing happens. I'll be up here in my booth, the band will be swinging, and suddenly Sammy Lawrence just comes marching in and shuts the whole thing down. Tells us all to wait in the hall. Then I hears him. He starts up my projector and he dashes from the projection booth and down to the recording studio like the little devil himself was chasing behind. A few seconds later, projector turns out. But Sammy, oh no, he don't come out for a long time. This man is weird. Crazy weird. I've got half a mind to talk to Mr. Drew about all this, I really do. But then again, I have to admit, Mr. Drew's got his own peculiarities.
Notice the room below the projection booth. This is the recording studio, where all the songs from the Bendy cartoons were recorded. And right by the vocal booth beside a piano at the far side, we see this audio log from Alice Angel's voice actress, Susie Campbell, where she speaks of how much she has fallen in love with the character.
It may only be my second month working for Joey Drew, but I can already tell I'm gonna love it here. People really seem to enjoy my Alice Angel voice. Sammy says she may be as popular as Bendy someday. These past few weeks, I voiced everything from talking chairs to dancing chickens, but this is the first character I've really felt a connection with. Like she's a part of me. Alice and I, we're going places.
As we head down the hallway here to Sammy Lawrence's office, we find a new audio log from the hapless Wally Franks, who seems to have lost his keys and appears very wary of Sammy Lawrence.
So I go to get my dustpan from the hall closet the other day, and guess what? I can't find my stupid keys. It's like they disappeared in the thin air or something. All I can think of is that they must have fallen in one of the garbage cans as I was making my rounds last week. I just hope nobody tells Sammy. Because if he finds out I lost my keys again, I'm out of here.
After we locate Wally's lost set of keys, return back to Sammy's office and unlock the closet door on the right for an audio log where Sammy speaks about the importance of an artist having their own space, as well as giving Henry the code for his own private sanctuary.
Every artistic person needs a sanctuary. Joey Drew has his, and I've got mine. To enter, you need only know my favorite song. The banjo playfully clucks. The violin shudders with a piercing voice. The drum thunders in triumph. The drum echoes out once more. Sing my song, and my sanctuary will open to you.
The final audio log in Chapter 2 is located after we reach the infirmary area here. Pull the lever to open the door at the back of the room, which leads down some stairs and into the studio's sewer system. After chopping down some boards, you will discover a little hideaway on the right of the tunnel. This is home to a recording of a mysterious character known as Jack Fane, and this is what he has to say.
I love the quiet, and that's hard to come by in these busy times. And yeah, sure, it may stink to high heaven down here, but it's just perfect for an old lyricist like me. Sammy's songs always got some bounce, but if I didn't get away once in a while, they'd never have any words to go with them. So I'll keep my mind to singing and my nose closed.
Upon entering the Heavenly Toys workshop, head directly to the back of the room and up the stairs until you reach the toy production room itself. Once you have activated the power, you can move the hanging racks of toys to reveal a recording at the back of this room. The recording is from a character known as Sean Flynn, and he seems to be in charge of the toy workshop, but it is clear he had a negative work relationship with his manager, Joey Drew.
I don't be seeing what the big deal is. So what if I went and painted some of those Bendy dolls with a crooked smile? That's sure no reason for Mr. Drew to be flying off the handle at me. And if he really wants to be so helpful, he could be telling me what I'm to be doing with this warehouse I got full of that angel whatchamacallit. Not a scrap of that mess be selling. They probably have to melt it all down to be rid of it all.
You have to make a choice during Chapter 3 as to whether you listen to Joey Drew or Susie Campbell's audio log upon reaching this branching path here. Take the path of the demon and you will come across a flooded office with a recording from Joey Drew, where he speaks motivationally about dreams coming true if only you believe in them.
There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Wishing for the impossible is just human nature. That's how I got started. Just a pencil and a dream. We all want everything, without even having to lift a finger. They say you just have to believe. Believe can make you succeed. Believe can make you rich. Believe can make you powerful. Why, with enough belief, you can even cheat death itself. Now that is a beautiful and positively silly thought.
If, however, you take the path of the angel, you will hear a recording from Susie Campbell, who sounds devastated after hearing she has been replaced by Alison Pendle as the voice of Alice Angel.
Everything feels like it's coming apart. When I walked into the recording booth today, Sammy was there with that Allison. Apparently, I didn't get the memo. Alice Angel will now be voiced by Miss Alison Pendle. A part of me died when he said that. There's gotta be a way to fix this.
After encountering a member of the Butcher Gang for the first time and activating the power, head back to Boris but do not join him. Instead, take this newly opened entrance on the left and you will discover an audio log from two gent workers, Thomas Connor and Wally Franks, who are arguing on the job. This recording really displays the differences in personality between the two.
Alright, let's go over this again. If the pressure goes over 45, I screw the safety bolt in tighter, right?
No, for the last time you do that, you blow every pipe in this place. If it reaches 45, you unhook the safety switch.
You sure? You know, this sounds harder than comparing earwax to beeswax.
Look, it's not that difficult. Just keep an eye on the gauge.
Look, pal, if you think I'm doing my job and yours, I'm out of here.
After taking the elevator down to level 9, on your way to meeting Alice, head down the stairs and look to the shelving unit. Here is another recording from Thomas Connor, again complaining about the shameful state of the studio and vowing never to take the elevator. Perhaps Henry should have taken the stairs himself.
These blasted elevators. Sometimes they open, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they come, and sometimes they keep on going to hell and back. I keep telling these people, if Mr. Joey Drew keeps cutting corners like this, someone's sure to end up falling to their death. And it sure ain't gonna be me. I'm taking the stairs.
To the left of the elevator on level 9, you will find a boarded up room. When you have a weapon, break down these boards to find a recording in the room behind them. This recording is from accountant Grant Cohen, who talks about Joey Drew's poor finances and a major project which is going to cost the studio more money still.
You see, the real problem, Mr. Drew, is that he never actually tells us little people anything. Oh, sure. According to him, there's always big stuff coming. Adventure and fame and the like. But I'm the guy, see, who has to make sure our budgets don't go all out of whack just because genius upstairs went out and got himself another idea. Speaking of which, and this is top secret, apparently Mr. Drew has another large project in mind now. And it ain't gonna be cheap.
On the way to meet Alice, Henry must head through this flooded room full of dead Boris clones. As we reach the far side of this room, take a right and you will discover a secret area with a recording from Susie Campbell, where she speaks joyfully of a successful lunch with Joey Drew, blissfully unaware that he seems to be manipulating her.
Who would have thought? Me having lunch with Joey Drew. Apparently times are tougher than I thought. For a moment there, I thought I'd be stuck with the check. But I gotta say, he wasn't at all what I expected. Quite the charmer. He even called me Alice. I liked it.
After reaching level 11 and witnessing the ominous projectionist for the first time, after traversing the long inky corridor, you will notice a recording from Wally Franks atop this barrel. Wally is frustrated by how miserable everyone at the studio appears to have become and thinks they should be more cheerful.
I don't get it. Everyone's walking around here like Grandma just died. Nothing but angry faces
After reaching level 14 and making your way to the flooded lower level of this area, you will see Norman Polk's second audio log on top of this submerged crate. In this recording, Norman alludes to the fact he has heard something he perhaps shouldn't have while eavesdropping on other workers at the studio.
No, I'm not looking for trouble. It's just the nature of us projectionists to seek out the dark places. You see, I've learned the ins and outs of this here studio. I know how to avoid being bothered by the likes of this company. That projectionist, they always say, creeping around. He's just looking for trouble. Well, trouble or not, I sees everything. They don't even know when I'm watching. Even when I'm right behind them.
Once you have reached level 14 to retrieve the Butcher Gang's hearts for Alice, head to the far right of the room and snake around the elevator shaft you came down in. Destroy the boards here and you will eventually find a secret valve to turn. After turning this valve, head back upstairs and in the corridor of level P, you will see the ink has now drained and leads down to a secret room with this audio log from Henry, where he speaks of his problems working alongside Joey Drew in the early days of the studio, and first mentions the mysterious Linda.
Only 2 weeks into this company and already it's gotten interesting. Joey is a man of ideas. And only ideas. When I agreed to start this whole thing with him, I thought there'd be a little more give and take. Instead, I give, and he takes. I haven't even seen Linda for days now. Still, someone has to make this happen. When in doubt, just keep drawing, Henry. On the plus side, I've got a new character I think people are gonna love.
After we begin chapter 4 and reach Grant Cohen's office to the right of the corridor here, we can find a super creepy audio log sat upon the desk. It is unknown who this recording is from, but it seems to document the transformation process from worker to ink creature. After Henry enters the archives and witnesses this bizarre sight with the lost ones, head directly into the library room, and dead center upon a tabletop, we find a recording from the long-suffering Susie Campbell. In this recording, Susie speaks of an offer made to her by Joey after she lost her job as voice actress for Alice Angel.
They told me I was perfect for the role. Absolutely perfect. Now Joey's going around, saying things behind closed doors. I can always tell. Now he wants to meet again tomorrow, says he has an opportunity for me. I'll hear him out. But if that smooth talker thinks he can double-cross an angel and get away with it, well, oh, he's got another thing coming. Alice? Ooh, she doesn't like liars.
After leaving the vents and heading upstairs here, Henry discovers the office for Bertram Piedmont and his designs for Joey's latest project, Bendyland. Although it seems Bertram had many issues working with Joey on this grand attraction, both characters seemingly had massive egos.
For 40 years, I've built attractions that stagger the imagination. Colossal wonders, such as the world has never seen. I have earned my legacy with sweat. But right in front of everyone, high-level investors, Wall Street tycoons, the ever-tactless Joey Drew introduces me, the great Bertram Piedmont, as Bertie, like I was his child. You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me. I'll build you a park, bigger than anything you could ever possibly conceive. But before you go taking any bows, Mr. Drew, know that this grand achievement will belong to me, and to me alone.
After accessing Bendyland for the first time and heading to the nearest save point, you will find a recording from Wally Franks just to the right of it, propped up against a carnival stall. Wally once again is shown to be pretty lazy, but also adept at finding ways to get others to do the work for him.
These guys down in the warehouse get to play games all day while I'm stuck cleaning up after them. They keep locking themselves out of their own back room. So I says to them, look guys, I says, you're smart, right? Here's an idea. Why not rig these games to knock open the door if you win? It'll be fun for you guys, and it saves me the trip down here every day. They win for it like a dog to pot roast. I tell ya, if these guys don't start realizing who the real genius is, I'm out of here.
After Henry has snuck past the Butcher Gang members found in the research and design wing of Bendyland, a recording can be found on the room to the left of the lower floor. The recording is from a new character called Lacey Benton, who appears to be part of the maintenance team here. She has observed Bertram's work on the creepy animatronic Bendy found nearby.
The only thing that works around here is my ulcer. Half these people don't know a wrench from a dang steamroller. Bunch of morons is what they are. Spend their day in the warehouse arguing over who's supposed to be doing what or playing them silly games. Still, I'm not complaining. I get most of my time to myself. Suits me just fine. Only thing that bothers me is that mechanical demon in the corner. Bertram's been working on it for a month now. Says it'll walk someday, maybe dance. All it does now is give me the creeps. I swear, when my back's turned, that thing's moving.
Bertram's second recording must be activated in order to trigger the boss battle. It speaks of his resentment towards Joey Drew and a plan he has put in place in order to get revenge.
The biggest park ever built. A centerfold of attractions. Each one more grand than the one before it. It makes my eyes come to tears at the thought. But then, oh, Mr. Drew, for all your talk of dreams, you are the true architect behind so many nightmares. I built this park. It was to be a masterpiece, my masterpiece. And now you think you can just throw me out, trample me to the dust and forget me? No! This is my park, my glory. You may think I'm gone, but I'm still here.
Upon entering the fourth and final door, which leads to the railway attraction, guarded by the projectionist, we can find a recording from Joey Drew at the far side of the lower floor, beside the blocked staircase. In this recording, Joey Drew shows his true colours. He is being deceptive and seems to be creating propaganda to feed to his workers.
I believe there's something special in all of us. With true inner strength, you can conquer even your biggest challenges. You just have to believe in yourself and remain honest, motivated, and above all, who you really are. Okay, let's stop it right there. I can only do so many takes of this trashy day. And tell the guys in writing I want more use of the word dreaming in every message. Keep railing on that, get? Dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. People just eat up that kind of slop. What? It's still on? Well, turn it off, damn it!
The first recording in Chapter 5 is located in the room to the right of the broken drainage system, found within the film vault. It contains a message from Thomas Connor, where he speaks of the origins of Bendy and the original purpose of the ink machine.
Progress report to Chet Home Office. Client, Joey Drew Studios. Although we're making progress, the client's expectations keep changing. What started as a machine to simply mold life-size figures now seems to be teetering on the edge of magic more than engineering. Although Mr. Drew remains convinced they're the same thing, the process of running the cartoon film through the machine for the figures to imprint upon themselves is going well. We've had several near successes. One weird note, the first figure ever created was a failed attempt in the likeness of the character called Bendy. Since that time, no other attempts of this particular figure have emerged, and the one that did. I don't know. There's just something unworldly about him.
After entering the administration wing, take a right at the end of the first corridor and head to the far door on the right. It will open to reveal an office featuring an audio log by Wally Franks, who is trying to justify why he stole a cake.
So it turns out it's my lucky day. I got to clean in some of the offices around 2 a.m. last night, and what do you think I find on one of the chairs? A big freaking chocolate cake, just sitting there, practically yelling my name. You know, I work hard. I earn my pay, every darn dollar. But you know what this company's missing? Little benefit and perks. And this here cake, it's a perk. Hopefully no one finds out what I've done, because if they did, I can tell you what would happen. I'm out of here.
However, if we take the left path as we enter the administration area, we find a new recording from Joey Drew. Here, Joey tells his workers not to believe the rumours of his money troubles and other problems, and to remember he is the man in charge.
A small memo to all administration offices. Rumors have begun to fly that we simply can't tolerate any longer. The idea that the company is in some form of financial difficulty is untrue, and the slanders lie against us. It's also been known to me that some backroom incompetents are not trusting in my leadership. As a leader, I'm always steering the boat, guiding our destiny, looking at the big picture. No need for you people to worry about such complicated things. Just do whatever it is you do and trust your leader, which is me.
From this room, head up and you will discover another Joey Drew audio recording which gives us some darker insight into his corrupted mind. Here Joey talks about locking his original Bendy creation away and the need to use the souls of his workers in future tests.
Listen, Tommy, I know you boys over at Jet are doing your best, but I'm paying for living attractions, not weird abominations. Whatever that grinning thing was I saw wandering around your office, you better keep it locked up tight. I realize it was a first attempt, but imagine if the press caught sight of it. Might scare off investors. And in response to your previous memo, if you claim that your failures are because these things are soulless, then damn it, we'll give them a soul. After all, I own thousands of them.
When venturing inside Joey Drew's office at the far side of the administration sector, we hear his pitch to Susie Campbell, revealing she was the first person he approached to be part of his experiment, which would transform his workers into beloved characters from the Bendy cartoons. At least in theory.
I know how much this part means to you, Susie. Alice means a lot to me, too. Gosh, all of my characters do. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I, too, really believe my characters are more than just drawings. They're alive. They're part of us. And I want people to know them as well as I do. I want people to be able to shake their hand, spend an afternoon with them, love them. Susie, I'll be straight with you. I'm putting together a small project, a little ceremony, if you will. If it works, a lot of dreams will come true. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to bring Alice to life once again. What do you say?
Inside the ink machine, we get one final recording from Joey that explains the only way to defeat Bendy is to project the end of his story from inside the Great Machine by playing the last reel, titled The End.
It's simply awe-inspiring what one can accomplish with their own hands. A lump of clay can turn to meaning if you strangle it with enough enthusiasm. Look what we've built. We created life itself, Henry. Not just on a silver screen, but in the hearts of those we entertain with our fancy moving pictures. But when the tickets stopped selling, when the next big thing came along, only the monsters remain. Shadows of the past. But you can save them, Henry. You can peel it all away. You see, there's only one thing Bendy has never known. He was there for his beginning, but he's never seen the end.
And with that, you have now heard every single audio log from Bendy and the Ink Machine, and can piece together your own ideas for what exactly happened to each character if you found it wasn't clear enough by the end of the game. Let me know your favourite audio logs and why in the comments section below. And that's it for today's video. Please remember to give it a like if you did enjoy watching, and maybe drop a comment too, as well as subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you never miss an upload. This channel specializes in variety horror content, including creepypasta readings, horror gaming facts and theories, and general interest pop culture horror videos. So if you're interested in all things spooky, you'll find something to enjoy here at SuperHorrorBro. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.